Nagpapasalamat din po ako kasi nabigyan ako ng pagkakataon ulit magturo. Before last time, I speak about I think sa youth and sa 7 last words. And this time, medyo kaunting haba lang. May kaunting-kaunti lang dinagdag, ano? So just bear with me, makinig kayo, pag makikinig kayo, at least makapulot kayo ng kahit kakaunti. Kung mahaba o marami, mas okay, ano? Ayan. So, okay. Salamat po. Ayan, pwede na po ba tayo mag-start? Are you ready? Praise God. So, ganun din po. Actually, nung nakaraan po, ng message ako ni Pastor, nasa Pilipinas siya. Ganda ng bati niya. Sabi niya, kumusta? Pagkatapos nung kumusta, may kasunod na. Kung pwede rin mag-preach, kinabahan akong bigla. Para bang gusto kong tumanggi. Pero once I have this, narinig ko yung invitation, nagkaroon ako ng courage. Nagkaroon ng parang challenge. Kasi before I do it, nagawa ko na dati, I did it. So this time, hope ma-improve and madagdagan. Ano? Yan. So bear with me, makinig kayo sa akin. Kung at least makapulot kayo ng ano. Okay. Let's start with the blank. Okay? The blank. So, may kukwento lang akong kaunting story sa inyo about my journey here in Kuwait, my life here in Kuwait. I came here last 2007. Okay, year 2007 when I came here. Pagkatapos, visit visa ako ng asawa ko. Tapos pagkatapos nun, para ako ditong messenger dati, namimigay ako ng CV. Pagka may lalabas sa tao sa chat, namimigay ako ng CV para lang makahanap ng trabaho. Because that time, in demand ang worker that time. So, nung makakuha ko ng trabaho, within 15 days, nakakuha ko ng trabaho sa Korean company. Then after that, 15 days, pinauwi ako ng Pilipinas. Then 15 days, narito na ulit ako. So, napakabilis ng panahon ng pagkakataon na nung makabalik ako dito. So, nung makapunta ako rito, gusto ko lang makapagtrabaho talaga. Kasi gusto kong makasama yung asawa ko rito. Kaya gusto kong magtrabaho lang. Any job, sabi ko, any job na po pwede, tatanggapin ko. So, nagtrabaho ko sa procurement department that time in my company. My previous company. I have 2 companies within a span of years na narito ako until now, from 2007. So after that, maybe after a couple of years, nalipat ako sa admin department. Then after that, ng admin department, nagpasya akong lumipat ng trabaho, mag-resign, ganyan. So pag ano ko ng resignation, hindi tinanggap ng general manager ko, hindi niya tinanggap. So instead, inilipat niya ako ng department, engineering department. So nalipat ako ng naging project engineer ako, which is related to my course na natapos ko. I'm a graduate engineering. So after that, sabi niya, okay, you transfer on project department. Sabi niya ganon. Lalo akong kinabahan kasi wala naman akong experience about project here in Kuwait. But nilipat niya pa ako sa estimation department, which is I don't know nakalakaran dito. I don't know which materials, I don't know mga how to mobilize the manpower, which is lahat 'yon naging peer sa akin. Naging peer sa akin. Then time goes by, nag-i-estimate ako ng tender documents. Nag-i-estimate ako. But after that, alam mo yun, yung pag-submit namin ng document, nanalo yung company. So I got, that is my second project that time. But ang naging problema ko doon, it is a 5 years, which is around 18 million dinar project, which I got na lalong parang sabi ko, parang napaka-imposible. But they awarded it. Then my peer start. When my manager told me that nobody will run the project except Angelo. So he point out pinoint out na naman ako na ako doon mag-run ng project. Kasi ang tinatakot ko, kaya ako yung medyo may peer doon, nakakausap ko ang mga KNPC people, yung mga senior engineer team leader, Yung mga yun, tinataguan ko yun eh. Kasi alam mo yun, mahiya, hindi naman sa mahiyain, pero I'm happy of, doing behind the scene. Hindi ako yung tipong lagi nasa fronta. So I will participate, but I will join behind the scene. Ay, ganon, ano? So, excuse lang po. So after that, so at running, actually may nadagdagan tuloy ang aking takot that time kasi the company sent me to India for mobilization. So I went several times to India for mobilizing manpower. And I'm afraid also because what happened is they didn't send even one Indian. They sent only me, one Egyptian, and one Korean. So we don't know how to speak, but that is fear, my fear that time. So after that mobilization, so many times I'm going to KNPC and they're creating. I'm hiding actually. I'm hiding. Every time na magkikita kami sa corridor, tinatago ko lumilipat ako ng lugar para hindi ko sila makita. But one thing I realized, nung minsan hindi ko na sila mataguan talaga, tinawag na ako, "Hey, Pilipino, taal!" Who's Filipino like that? So, "Hey, Filipino, taal!" So, I don't have choice. So, I went, lumapit ako sa kanya. So, time goes, to cut the story short. So, I ran the project. After the commencement period, starting the project, I got 85% performance on that project. He said, okay, 85% performance is accepted. You can start the project. So, to cut the story short, okay, run the project. I went to my office and one time, this senior engineer, they called my project manager. They talk in speakerphone. Sabi niya, the project is started. It's well and good. It's very fine, sabi nung senior. Then after that, sabi niya, I want that one Filipino in SK. Bring him here. He is good. Sabi niya, who's that? You are the only one Filipino there. He's always calling. They don't know my name. They don't know my name, but they call that Filipino. Hey, bring that one Filipino guy in SK and bring him. He's very good. So this is my question now. Okay? If anyone... Kasi if any one of you ask in, parang ipinakilala kayo in a proud manner, parang it's a privilege, right? Parang parang tumitikas ang tindig mo, di ba? Parang ganon. So, hindi ko pala ang akin sa topic today is not about the community which pastor. Because what happened is, when Pastor Roy messaged me, I already prepared my short slide about that, so I don't want to change anymore. So I want to discuss with you with one person. There's one man in the scripture. His name is Gideon. Okay, so I think you already heard the name Gideon, which is itinuro ng aking ex-girlfriend, now my wife. Okay, ex-girlfriend, now my wife. Ria, about Gideon. You know Gideon, he is a fearful man. So you can parang mapipigure out niyo yung sarili niyo kay Gideon. He is a fearful man. He is not a warrior also. And he is just called by God to lead, para ang Israelites sa Midianites. So he is a simple guy, fearful. But God chose him. Okay, to lead 300 men. Then, after that, if you will still remember that my wife, na itinuro niya na nakaraang sa kanyang preaching, here's that Gideon, yung pagpili ng 300. Yung paano pinili ng 300, ang 300 from yung 22,000 na umalis dahil ito yung mga takot, yung 22,000. Then may natira na 10,000, ang sabi ng Panginoon, hey Gideon, it's still so many. Okay, it's still so many. Then from 22, it become 10,000, then 10,000, it's become 300. So it's very, the drastic yung pagbagsak ng pagpili ng Panginoon. This is how kung paano pumili ang Panginoon. See, imagine, If 300 is battling from 135,000 Midianites, the ratio is just like 1 is to 450. Try to think how they will win, right? So, on that, if we will read, let us read the scripture. It says in Judges 7:15, when Gideon heard the dream and its interpretation, he bowed down and worshipped. He returned to the camp of Israel and called out, "Get up, the Lord has given the Midianite camp into your hand." So, I have three advanced things only to discuss with you on how to win the battle. Okay, so how to win the battle. The first thing is, this is because it is raised based on the on Judges 7:15. My topic actually is, my topic is about how to win the battle. Okay, there's three things discussed in this passage from. I'm tackling about Judges 7:15, 16, and 18. So the first things and how to win the battle is begin the battle in your knees. Okay, it says begin the battle in your knees. So in these things you can see in our passage in Judges, when Gideon heard the dream in its interpretation, he bowed down and worshiped always. So in this scenario, when God called Gideon, he did not hesitate to accept. Rather than he bowed down and worship. Laging pinapupurihin ng Panginoon, even though it's some circumstances na medyo mahirap. See, against 300, against 135,000 is very difficult, which is very impossible. So, when he received that message, he already prayed. Hindi siya gumawa ng iba, kundi siya ay nagpuri sa Panginoon. Pinapurihan niya ang Panginoon at tinanggap niya at lahat yung battle na pinipili niya ay inilaan niya sa Panginoon para manalo dun sa battle na yon. Like in our day-to-day activities, no, in our lives, we have so many battles, different battles like financial battles, your family battles, friends, whatever it is, it's all like struggles and battles in your life. But come to think, those all battles is just it is small from God. Na kung iyo talagang pupurihan ng Panginoon whatever circumstance na sa buhay mo, either sa lahat ng sa tingin mo na hindi iyon matutugunan, but God have different scenario na i-resolve yung mga battles against your life. Just papurihan mo lang siya. So hindi natin po pwedeng sabihin na yung ating mga especially financial battles is the number one problem of Filipino. Financial battles is always. Pero sa circumstances na gano'n, kagaya ni Gideon, even though he is outnumbered, from 300 against 135,000, pinapurihan niya ang Panginoon. Even though alam niyang hindi mananalo, but God has a different ways on how to win the battle. So if you want to win the battle on this one, number one thing is to begin the battle in your knees. Worship the Lord. This is the number one you need to do. So, to continue, doon sa after ng this financial battle in your knees, sa palagay nyo, ano yung mga bagay na nagbigay kay Gideon para ma-defeat yung Midianites? Because Midianites, okay, by the way, Midianites is from the lineage of Abraham, from the lineage of Abraham through the wife Keturah. Okay, that is just for information only. Then Then, the one thing na nagbigay ng courage kay Gideon to fight the Midianites. So, we can see on the same verse again. I want to repeat again. In the same verse, on the underlined one, they said, get up, get up. The Lord has given the Midianites camp into your hands. Meaning, the Lord has given the Midianites. Hindi sinabi na, hey, get up. All the 300 men, maybe this time we will win the battle. Not maybe. Or this time, maybe we are lucky we can win the battle. It's already given. Get up. The Lord has given the Midianites coming to your. It's already claimed. They are already victorious on that day. Maybe they don't know that they are victorious, but God makes sure that they are already victors in that battle. So it's clearly mentioned that there's an assurance of victory on that word itself, on the Judges 7:15. That they already have victory. The second thing, what I told a while ago regarding the Gideon, they give the courage is, the second thing is, if you want to win the battle, second thing is, face the battle from the stance of victory. So if you want to win the battle in your life, you must begin the battle in your knees. Second is, face the battle from the stance of victory. So meaning that assurance of victory is with your. Which is, you already victorious. Victorious. Then continue. I have to keep this second things. I want to give some example. In the Bible, there's around 8,000, more than 8,000 promises of the Lord. 8,000 promises of the Lord is given in the Bible. From Old Testament and the New Testament, there's also more than 8,000. I check in Google. I studied in Google around 8,800. 8,810 promises in the Bible, which is available for the Christian like you and me, the believer like you and me. But try to think that those promises is not given directly by the Lord into your hand. Kasi kung ibinigay ng Panginoon sa iyong kamay yun, para ka naman sinuswerte. Lahat na lang ng promises ibinigay sa iyo directly. So it is not given by the Lord into your hand, but rather reach near your reach. Near in your reach. Parang yung victory mo nandiyan na sa tabi mo, kukunin mo na lang. But you need to do something. You need to do something. Like for example, you know the Joshua, no? Joshua when after crossing the river and River Jordan, they want to claim this promised land from Canaan. But Joshua the Lord tell Joshua, sinabi niya kay Joshua na lahat ng iyong mayayapakan na lupain, it will be yours. That's why in that promise itself, sinabi ng Panginoon na you must do something. You must step on that land that it will be yours. So, yun ang sinasabi ng Panginoon na you must do something on that promise. So, those promises, it will be yours if you do something. That's why they're telling, face the battle from the stance of victory. Meaning, you are already victorious. You are fighting, not for victory, rather than from victory. Meaning, the victory is already yours. Nasa iyo na yung victory. You must do something only to claim it para iyong ma-receive yung victory. You must do something. Another one example, it's a very, lahat ito, lagi naririnig nyo. Malakay 3:10. Okay, it is one portion. You must do something. Malakay 3:10 said, bring the whole tithe into a storehouse. Very basic, di ba? But the result is
it's victors. I want to testify regarding this Malakay 3:10. What happened that time, when I came to Kuwait, I'm not a believer, hindi pa naman ako believer that time, hindi ako nagta-tights. Ayaw ko mag-tights. Kasi ang gusto ko, makabili ako ng mga ganyan, mga effects. Mga effects, ganyan. Sabi ko sa asawa ko, tights, gusto kong bumili ng mga guitar effects na ganito para madagdagan yan. But ang nangyayari kasi noon, tinitipid ko yung aking tithes in 3 months para makabili niyan. Pero para madagdagan yan. Pero ang nangyayari kasi, nakakabili nga ako niyan, pero ang wallet ko laging half dinar yung ruba. Masaya na ako dati sa ruba eh. Ruba, half dinar. Yan lang binibigay ng asawa kong allowance ko dati. Okay? Okay. So, yan yung ibinibigay na allowance sa akin. But, when you trust the Lord, pag ipinagkatiwala mo yung iyong finances to the Lord, anong nangyari kasi nun, hindi ko na nga alaman, kaya binibenta ko na yung iba. Dami ko nang nabenta. At saka isa pa, yung aking ruba, nagiging kulay green na. Green, blue, ganyan. Nagiging 20K din na. Siya na ngayon na nangungutang sa akin, hindi na ako. So, it's very basic. That example is really very basic, which the return is yung pagtitiwala mo sa Panginoon. If you will trust in the Lord, all your battles in wariness, it will be really true, victorious and rewarded. So if you want to become victorious in how to win the battle, you must begin battling your knees. Face the battle from the stance of victory. Okay, you're still with me? Ayan, malapit na tayong matapos. Kaunti lang pala, 30 minutes lang tayo. Ayan. So after that battle, we don't know exactly what really happened yung during that time na yung courage na ibinigay ng Panginoon, yung ano talaga yung nangyayari, yung ibinigay na instruction kay Gideon. But that time, ibinigay na ng Panginoon yung parang i-download na sa kanya ni Gideon ano yung instruction na gagawin niya para how to win the battle. Okay? So, we can read this Judges 7. Okay? Judges 7, 16 and 18. Dividing the 300 men into 3 companies, he placed trumpets, empty jars in the hand of all them with torches inside. When I and all who are with me blow your trumpets, then from all around the camp blow yours and shout for the Lord and for Gideon. Bakit pagka kayo ang kaharap ko, ako'y kinakabahan? You know, in KNPC, I'll never peer them with even K. Kuwaiti, team leader, senior engineer. Sa akin yung mga yan, chicken, okay, kam, yung taal, parang ganyan ng Pero pagka kayo, kinakabahan ako ba? Pero sa kanila, sanay na ako eh. Kaya, hindi na rin ako nagkakaroon ng peer, kagaya ni Gideon. But takot na takot ako, pero nung pag nakakita ko sa nila, nung bigla nilang i-boost yung aking courage, pag tinawag nila ko, sige, magtakot yan. Kahit kuwiti ka. So it's like that, you know? Yung kaparaanan ng Panginoon, really, it's very amazing. If you will entrust all your battles and whatever you have trials and you will uplift this one to the Lord, you will be victorious and your daily lives will become easy. Okay. Now, I'll come back to my passage, Judges 7:16 and 18. He said, "For the Lord," I underline again, "for the Lord and for Gideon." So, malalaman nyo doon, malalaman nyo doon kung ano kaya yung instruction, even the strategy. Kasi ito na yung my third point is how to assist. The 3 things how to win the battle are: begin the battle in your knees, face the battle from the stance of victory, and plan the battle using divine strategy.
Divine strategy, meaning parang kakaiba, di ba? Kakaiba. Kung tutuusin nga, sabi sa Isaiah in chapter 55, sabi doon, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. It is in Isaiah 55, chapter 55, verse 8. So yung kaparaanan ng Panginoon, hindi natin po pwedeng, it's iba from what's your ways, yung kaparaanan. It's really talagang iba. Kaya dito sinasabi dito, it is divine strategy. Kung mapapansin nyo, mabasa natin yung how they win the battle. See, 300 against, again, I will come back to the 300. 300 against 135,000. And if I will come back again to my verse, he said, bring trumpets, empty jars, and torches. If you will come to understand that three equipment na pinadadala ng Panginoon kay Gideon, how they will win on the battle? 135, hindi mo lang pinagdala ng arrow, ng bow and arrow or something sword or something. They did not tell, like the Lord did not tell to bring that. Rather, pinadala lang niya yan. Yan ang dadalhin. Sa tingin niyo, mananalo sila? So, I'm thinking also, really, that Lord is very, His strategy is very different. Like, pag i-entrust mo yung strategy mo, kagaya ng, kasi malimit sa mga tao, we are human, lalo sa mga Pilipino, no? Parang gusto natin, gawin muna natin, tapos pagkatiwala natin Panginoon, parang gusto natin sila ang sumunod sa gusto natin eh. Parang gawin muna natin, Lord, pagpalain niyo po yung aking ganyan, yung aking trabaho, yung aking ganyan. Which is parang pinasusunod natin ng Panginoon sa atin, which is wrong. Let's entrust ourselves to the Lord and He will do better than what you're thinking and what you want to do. Always. Do it. So, kung babalik tayo sa ating verse na yon, 16 and 18, talagang kumbaga walang kapanapanalo si Gideon, di ba? Magaling pa nga sana magboxing na lang di ba? At least isa-isa. Doon sa 135,000, di ba? Kasi 1:450 is the ratio. So magaling pa yata siguro boxing kasi walang ibinigay na weapon. Hindi sinabi ng Panginoon. But the Lord delivered Israel with 300 only. This is because of the divine strategy that given by the Lord to Gideon. Pinagkatiwala ng Panginoon kay Gideon na ma-defeat yung Midianites with the 300 only. Sa ibang version ng Bible, kasi doon para maintindihan natin kung paano nanalo dito yung 300 against the Midianites, how they become victorious on this battle. Binanggit doon sa ibang translation, sa New Standard American yata, binanggit doon na the confusion of Midianites. The confusion of Midianites. Parang kung tutuusin yung pakinggan nyo, 300 again 135,000. Yung 135,000 ba ang confused? Diba? Sila pa yung confused. Dapat doon ang maging confusion 300 kasi 300 lang sila against 135,000. Which is kung titingnan nyo talaga, they will be defeated, 300. But no, it's wrong. The divine strategy, which is the strategy given by the Lord to Gideon, is they mention also in this in Judges 7:15, get up, the Lord has given the Midianite camp into your hands. And apart from that, he said, for the Lord and for Gideon, that's the victorious. So, if you will analyze how they will win, actually the scenario it took place on midnight. The scenario took place at midnight time. So the strategy they divide the 300 into 3. They said 3, right? 300 men into 3 companies. It is in 3 groups. So on that time, masasabi natin na midnight time. Midnight time ang settings nung binigay ng Panginoon kay Gideon how to attack the Midianites using the trumpets and jars and torches only. So on that scenario, you will come to notice that the time is midnight. Most of the people are sleeping. They are sleeping. And also yung pagpapalit ng guard it took place on the midnight. So when they start breaking these empty jars, more sound is coming, and torches and these blow horns will come. Everyone will be confused. The Midianites become confused. So they fight each other. Kaya nga parang alam mo yung kasabihan sa Pilipino na magbiro ka na sa lasing, wag lang sa bagong gising. Which is true. Maybe it happened that time. That's why they are confused and fight to each other. That's why. So if you will think the strategy of the Lord on that scenario, it is really very amazing. Very, very amazing. They defeat the Midianites with that equipment that the Lord given to Gideon. So if you were try to think the battle. So if you want to win the battle, in every battle in your life, in your family, in your spouses, or in your son, with your daughter and spouse, or your son again, sorry. Start the battle, begin in your knees. Start the battle in your knees. Worship the Lord. Kahit ano pa man, ano pa man ang iyong mga kalagayan sa buhay or something na nahihirapan ka within your battle, trust this one into the Lord. Worship Him. Kahit nasa palagi mo na hindi masusolusyonan yun sa sarili mo, but the Lord has different ways. So, begin the battle in your knees. Worship the Lord. Second thing, face the battle from stance of victory. Because God already given that victory in your hand. Wala kayo, but you need to do something only. That's why this is a stance of victory. It is you. It is like nasa yun na. It is from the victory itself. From victory itself is nasa yun na. You just need to claim it. You need to do something and you will become victorious. And thing is, use the divine strategy. Divine strategy is very really powerful. I will come back again to Malakay 3:10. See, it is very basic, very basic, Malakay 3:10. I want to come back on that. This very divine strategic. You must do, because there's a command, give. There's a command, give. So one word only, it's a very one-word command, give. And you will become victorious, which is really very proven. It is proven. I testify it to you. I came here with a 200K salary only before. I accept it. I challenge all this before I become a worker here in GCI. And those things I realized that that giving is really very, very, very basic, but the reward is very amazing. Okay. So, it like similar with just try to think also one example in the Bible. That's Simon. Lord, nanguhuli sila ng isda, di ba? Yung cast the nets. Doon sa buong area na yun, wala na silang mahuli ng isda. But the Lord said, cast the nets again. Pero that time, sabi ni Simon, if it's your will, Lord, I will cast the nets. Even though it doesn't make sense. Kasi nga, wala nang nahuhuli, di ba? Sabi, hulog-huli yung lambat. But if it doesn't make sense, I will do it, Lord. Because he followed. He knows that Lord will reward Simon. So I just want to end this my teaching. I want just to end here. If you want to win the battle, begin the battle in your knees. Face the battle from the stance of victory. Plan the battle using divine strategy. I want to come back on my story how divine really Lord, the divine strategy when the Lord, I want to testify regarding that. When I come back to my story on that, my company, similar what I told in the beginning a while ago. Actually, there's an story behind that when nung bago ako ma-promote. Kasi nga, dinala nila ako sa procurement department, in admin department. Pagkatapos nun, gusto kong malipat sa engineering field, really. Even though I don't have a real experience. So I submit my CV. I submit my CV to my general manager. I said, I want to shape my career in my proper, like in my career path. My career path, sabi ko. So nagsubmit ako ng CV sa Abu Dhabi. It's in a Babgas project during the time when the project was SK Engineering. So what so happen is, kasi gusto ko madala yung anak ko rito eh. Yun ang aking aim eh. That is my aim. I want to bring my son here, but my salary is less. Maliit lang. So parang very difficult. It's 200, I can bring my son here and study. I don't think so. Then I have one more daughter also. So, nung nag-submit ako ng CV, alam niyo yung nangyari. Pag-submit ko ng CV doon, tumawag yung Korean manager ng SK. Tinawagan yung manager ko. Hindi ko alam na sila pala yung magkaibigan. Hindi ko alam na sila pala yung magkaibigan. Kaya napahiya ako. Sabi ko, you know that you submit your CV, that is my friend. He is my same here worker. He's my previous engineer also in SK. So, napahiya ako. So, after nun, doon na ako niya binigyan ng pagkakataon within a week. Within a week, he said, bring Angelo to the project department. So a very short period of span of time, really how, that time I was in GCI, I'm a believer also because, iniikan ko nga yung kanta ng I'm sorry Lord for yung kay Matredman na kanta. Iniyakan ko yun para nung makakilala ko sa Panginoon kasi natouch ako masyado roon. Because I'm a worldly guy before, mahilig ako sa mga rock song lang. Pwede rin palang may mga praise and worship, may maingay din dito, mas maganda pa nga eh. So nung within a week na yun, nalipat ako sa project department. Diyan na binibigyan yung mga strategy na aking pagsasabit ng CV, which is naging daan para malipat ako doon sa mga bagay na gusto ko na ipinagkaloob ng Panginoon sa akin. I know, I do really believe that. Because what happened is, if you are doing something, you will be rewarded. Frankly to tell you, when I was there in my company, I'm working from 7 o'clock until 5 o'clock. I'm waiting for my wife around 9 o'clock pa siya uuwi. Until 9 o'clock, I'm working without overtime. From 7 to 5, 5 to 9 or 11. And sometimes my manager, they will call me in 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, Angelo, come. We have meeting. I check 3 o'clock. What meeting 3 o'clock in the morning? So, the victory is always, it always there with you. But you need to, you are battling the victory we're battling from the victory only. As a believer, you and me. It is from victory. We're not battling to get the victory. No. We're battling from the victory only, which is already given. It's with you. As a believer, I know it's with you. You must do something. So, if you want to win the battle, begin the battle in your knees, worship the Lord. Face the battle from the sons of victory, which is already with you. You're ready to do something. And plan, strategy, how to win the battle. Sana may nakatch kayo. Maraming salamat sa inyo at sa inyong pakikinig.